Hello folks, and welcome to Erannorth Reborn. I'm in the development branch of the upcoming community update, and today we will be continuing our adventure. And last episode we were in the race, we did the challenges here, and we also unlocked the settlement we can now enter because we have friends in high places. That's also the maximum influence our character can gain in the conquest mode, and that's because only nobles can achieve the highest influence. So we are out of rations, that's the first, so let's go. We will be resting a bit in our headquarters, and also I will be getting a rank in ritual. We have rituals +2, I'll get +1, and we'll see how we will be moving on from there. Okay, so library improve and improve rituals. Okay, let's go back. Now we can also use our research, and we can choose and gain 2 random actions with 20 perk points. Now you will notice that after a point you will run out of perks to pick. That's inevitable. We already have 39 perks, and yes, there are many more, but eventually you will run out. And at that point research will be great to convert them into cards. Okay, so let's go to herbalism and improve our herbalism expertise, hex ward and defend. Along with that we gain these cards, and we also gain earth affinity and poison affinity, herbal infusions, clairvoyance and invoke, but also herbalism. Control LSR, this is what I'm more interested to get. Control enemy effect increases by +3, and we have a very nice control enemy bonus. Control archetype enemy, it's a +6. Now it will be a +9. So that's right here. And we also have a control archetype LSR +5. Herbalism expertise increases by +2. Earth resistance increases by +2. Poison resistance increases by +2. So since I'm not particularly care about the infusions one, and I know that the herbalism cards are up to rank 10 in the game, I will just take this and call herbalism completed. Okay, so we finished with the herbalism tree. Alchemist, we still have a few perks to get. Assuming we'll find it right here. And we can get the venomous formulae for now. This will get us to +8. We also need a +10 here for the maximum alchemy knowledge cards that we can craft. And now that we got these perks, let's leave, make the world into day. Let's rest in our chambers, have our nice breakfast, and resume our journey. So we are in a race. Let's enter. Now it's daytime. We can finally buy provisions. And this is a tier 3 town. Let's see if we can find anything interesting. I don't want to sell my potions. We have a lot of equipment that I have forgot that I have. Let's sell some of them after we purchase a few things. So, I want a corrupted iron, and I want to buy a few more, maybe one more bell dam. I also want eruditions and research notes. Let's sell some equipment now. The price is fixed, is on 100,050. We will be adding 3 eruditions to our draw pile. So let's buy this. And you need to be careful with supplies, because if you bring 2 eruditions from your draw pile and have to pick only one of them, the other is going to be discarded, and since it's a temporary copy, it will be destroyed. So something to keep in mind while using supplies. We are also still playing with our second deck. Let's head down to Hirdwood. Several challenges to do here as well. Or let's go to Erannorth better. I will go Hirdwood, Erannorth, and continue this way. Okay, so Hirdwood, travel. Synergy grid. Let's use it on the Undying Guardian. Now, what's the new thing in this patch we are in? It has been requested several times to know what these enemies will do, and here it is, Sixth Sense. Enemy will use their Aura of Darkness ability. Enemy will use their Aura of Darkness ability. Enemy intentions are clear, we haven't defeated them. Enemy will use the flank, enemy will use their flank. So let's... Now, will she still use her flank, is the question. No, now she will use their healing ability. Why? Because now she will be switching to more defensive tactics. Let's add one more. Enemy will die from negative status. Okay. Let's add some inevitable vulnerable here, for example. We'll discard this. We'll attack with Madame Ophelia and give her the rose. Enemy will use their Aura of Darkness, so he will keep using it. That's his plan. What about him? He will do that too. And him, he will flank. So I will leave him here because he will die. Let's move this one in the beginning. heal, drain and stuff won't affect them, they are undead. Neither will bleed, so that's space. So he uses his Aura of Darkness, and he uses his Aura of Darkness, and same, and flank. The thing is that Aura of Darkness is good for all of us in this party, so let them use it. So now if we let him play, he will use their incorporeal ability, which is this one, and it might get us into trouble. So let's just right click, kill him, control maybe this one. He will use his Aura of Darkness too. This one will use his Empower ability. So let's summon Inevitable Vulnerable. Now the thing is that these enemy tactics can change at any moment. Like for example, this enemy will use their Benefactor flank. Okay, so if this one would about to use her flank, when her turn comes, she won't be able to use her flank because she will already have the flank counter because of the Benefactor her ally gave her. So she will switch to a different tactic, and you should always keep that in mind when relying in this sixth sense ability. And if you don't like it, which might be making the game too predictable or too easy, you can just check this button, apply, and it will be gone. In fact, right now I'm not saving. I can go back. It's gone. So I don't need to save. This is my default setting. Okay, it's back. Okay. So let's strangulate someone. First, we can start with a freeze here. So her intentions are unclear. I can tell you that she will pass because she's frozen, but anyway. We'll use shield. We'll die from negative status effect. We can also see that in the skull next to her health. Inevitable vulnerable. Inevitable vulnerable. Now that we have Herbalism 10, we can start seeing some even more interesting herbs, like the Wormleaf Victus. Synergy intense, deal intense, and destroy enemy 16. So an enemy with 32 hit points will die from this. 40 if you take into account the vulnerable. So synergy vulnerable. Okay, what will he do? He will die from negative statuses. That's what he will do. Her intentions will always be unclear till we actually defeat her, so no need looking. You need to defeat an enemy at least once before you uncover or unlock, if you prefer, their various abilities. Okay, so a merchant caravan is attacked by bandits. I will join the bandits, then betray them and rob the merchant, of course. Let's pick one of these guys, fight. To play. Now, Waylay used to be the most broken ability in the game, now it's quite nerfed. You have to unsummon the ally, and you don't get teamwork sneak attack, but you get synergy sneak attack. It's also a reaction. Still useful, still quite good. But I don't want to unsummon any of my allies at the moment. So the enemy will die. This one will use their flank ability. Now they're sealed. Now he's fighting for us. He will use his shield. Or we can just kill him. So, we kill the bandit leader after we defeat the guards, and the bandits decide that it's in their best interest to work for us. We can also search the caravan for anything useful and continue. So this needs delivery 1, we can open it. Gain bleeding, blood offering, random blood mage or random hunter card. That's quite good. Blood offering increases to 8. So I will add this to my inventory, and I will hunt a schematics to use. We'll be equipping that. So right now we are using our trusted leather shirt. We can finally move into a squire's leather. Lord's ring. Ring of warding. I don't need to equip anything else at the moment. Maybe the Scarlet Hunter Signet ring. We can mitigate the bleeding we get, but let's equip that. Okay, so we have Squire's leather armor, herbalist satchel, signet, and our trusted amulet, but we don't have this Underworld Associates ring. No, I want this. Play like this. Anyway, we are in Hirdwood, so let's go for the easy challenge first. Now notice that there is also in parentheses here your total resistance. We get +1 piercing from the card's equipment, and we already have +2 because of our hack perks, so that's a +3 for you. Okay, let's inspect the battlefield. Flank, benefactor healing, attack, benefactor healing or attack, benefactor healing or attack. So this means that she will attack because there is no one to heal. But if let's say that we do this, now there is someone to heal. So she can use her benefactor healing and heal this one instead of attacking, which might be something you'd want under different circumstances. It's also something to consider if this enemy is about to die from a negative status. and this one uses benefactor healing and heal them, then they will no longer die from the negative status and do something else, apparently. Let's use some more inevitable vulnerable, unfettered. We'll get blackmail. We need to weaken someone first. So weaken. More vulnerable. He will use his shield. Reveal self. I don't need this or this. She resisted stun and she will heal. This one will shield. So we'll die from the negative status. Let's attack with our bandit. Can also bring an associate. He's immune to venom, but what we care about is blackmail in this case. Inevitable vulnerable. Now this one will use their benefactor flank, illusory copy, you might want to take care of that. Benefactor flank, so if she triggers benefactor flank, she won't trigger benefactor flank, she will use something else. And if no one is hurt, she will just attack. We can do that. Multicast Hacks Close. Die from negative status. Same. What will she do? Benefactor flank. So if she was first, obviously you might want it to move here to the end or something along those lines. Again, neither of these will use their flank, and if they were like this, he would use flank, she would use flank, then she would use a benefactor flank, and your defense would be going down way too much, and then she would hit you for God knows how much. But this setup means that you only get to suffer the benefactor flank. So, or nothing, because you know, just take them down. Blackmail. Blackmail. Lies. Anyway, this card Rising Fear can't target a boss. That's a thing to remember. Another is that there is nothing to worry about here. It's an enemy that we meet the potential to affect. We can control enemies with plus 23 now that we got the perk upgrade. So let's use this inevitable vulnerable. Wild Lotus Dojo. Hideout, Flower Path, Blooming Lotus, and Keen Edge. Flower Bath, you will get Grace. Choose from up to 2 random cards. This is one of the modified cards, that's why it doesn't have an artwork. I have them closed, so we won't see something that we shouldn't. And there is Blooming Lotus, Keen Edge. It's modified because I'm using the unofficial expansion pack. Target Wild Lotus ally, Keen Edge. Ring of Enlightenment. Ring of Enlightenment. So your next action gets plus 4 XP. And at more fire you gain 1 XP, so that's about it, but still pretty cool for one. Let's grab the hideout. Okay, Sanction Fu. Explore. Let's add some stuff to our Hugs Claws. Blackmail. We can control this one, they will die. We can see that with the skull icon next to her health, it's also incapacitated, but can still be used to attack. Let's protect Liza as long as she will survive. And get Amaryllis to join us. Can lock Amaryllis too. As you can see, these enemies, the normal enemies, are much tougher than the bosses. It's because we are using this custom scaling that increases the area levels more than they should be. Control enemy 21. Let's use the irrefutable offer. The gambit was to join us or die. Inevitable, vulnerable, bleed. Bleed can't pass. Now, a bewitched enemy harming another enemy is also something that can completely shift out the tactic they will use. It might force them to heal, it might force them to do something else. In this case, this one will die. So let's attack with Amaryllis. And Sangshufu. We can affect him, so we'll drop him to 23. Weaken fails, not immune. The potential here is we can affect him with our hug claws. Got a level up. You know, you wouldn't be able to do these things in a normal run. I mean, we are playing with a hug which is insanely powerful. Let's thrust and let's give her some more bleeding. Discard this. So we are level 13. There is Sherlock Gain, a sentient sword, which we can sell for a good profit, and Drain Youth, which would feel right at home in our other deck. Okay, and so we have Dreadlord, Tychus and Galinda. Let's go do this challenge as well. Hirdwood is open and it's tier 5 now. Blackmail. Or let's wait a bit. He is immune to weaken. I'll get the succubus. Control enemy 21. Synergy Bewitch. He's immune to Bewitch. Ah, he's Revenant and he's undead. So, okay. Stay here. You will die from the status effects, and if you wonder which ones, it's the weakened and vulnerable, because we have the relevant perks that makes even having them lethal. Erudition. And so let's play Erudition. We can follow with can level up our clothes. 20 XP, it's not a small thing. So it's level 8 now. Fury Cast. We can get a few succubus in our retinue. Inevitable bleed, weaken target non-undead. Let's do that here. He will use concealment, he will use frost touch. We have hex wall, so we don't mind that. He will use bleeding strike, but if we harden him, we'll shield. He's only level 4, so not much of a problem. Blackmail. Let's gather some herbs. This will be nice. And this. Back. Set the camp. Rest for 8 hours. So if you rest, you can always get an encounter, but up to that point, you will receive up to that point your hit points and action points. Let's use this here. That's Madame Ophelia can attack this one. She can attack this one. So this one will use Benefactor Flank and we are good to go. Let's gather some wood. Here the soulless servant is our biggest concern. We might be able to control the hunt. No, he's immune to weaken. Zeus Hawk's form. Volatile Pyrophant. Monster Demon Wicked. So this one, no, he won't die just yet. Okay, now with the weekend he will die. We have a Bewitched Pyrophant and we have 20 defend. We can do some serious damage with these guys. 14 to 36. 22 to 44. 19. Desecrate is good for us. Flank when no one is to attack. Also good for us. War of Darkness will remain for us even if the caster is gone. So let's use Reveal Self. Okay, and Dreadlord Tychus and Galinda. They are less impressive than the enemies we fight, again because of this scaling we have. He's just level 13, she's just level 9. It would probably be an interesting idea to have the boss levels scale as well. Okay, let's start with Fireflower, Mandrella Radix, Mucus. Mucus Noxious will give a multicast to our hag and we will hit both of them. So Entangled and Burning. Bleeding Venom weakened. You can just control the Enforcer. Divinary Temple Vulnerable. Now if the enemy is bleeding, they will get inevitable vulnerable and burn and bleed, sorry. So she will not die just yet. It's as good as it gets. Burn, Venom, Bleed, Rukos, Mictus. Bleed, let's hit him with one of these, so he will die next turn. We can vulnerable. We can attack him. We can use that to conserve some action points and get the low filters. That's about it. Financial Mastery. On draw, craft Financial Mastery. This action gets 5 experience and unravels for farthings. It's quite interesting. We also have Rain and Angareth. Angareth we can't use much, except there is this nice respite here. We have a +1 draw effect. We get enemies with hit points less than 16. I will add Rain to my stash. Enter. So let's go to our headquarters. I got the ritual ranks I wanted. We have perk points we can spend. We still haven't got our summoning focus. Okay, so let's go to Universal Alchemy and we can get the healing tinctures, we can get the healing formula, incendiary mixtures, incendiary formula, and we have also maxed out alchemy. And now that we have maxed out alchemy, we can craft all the alchemy items up to tier 6 or whatever is the highest tier alchemy, I don't remember. But it's the explosive kegs which is pretty good. And since we have some perk points and we are still far from level 16 where we will be getting the Morrigan perk, we can start our journey to the dark side by dabbling in the occult. So we can get Apocrypha, we can get Astrorgia Goetia, Archidoxis Magica, and what interests us the most is the invocation to Asmodel. The control enemy effect increases by +4. Whenever you get fatigue, because you didn't exhaust an active ally, you get +2 extra fatigue, so there's that too. But control enemy +4. We can also get the invocation to Amayamon if we want. This one increases chaotic, increases our chaos by 2, so cards like Thrash will target 2 additional enemies. Healing and gluttony decrease, we pay more life, but I think we have a healing bonus at 7, so losing a bit is no big deal. We don't have much cards that use gluttony, so let's use invocation to Amayamon as well. And I will leave it here. We have 53 perks as we speak, so pretty cool stuff. Can resume our journey. It's night, and I will be traveling to Erannorth and leave the video there. Okay, so let's travel. Get a grid. Synergy defend. Thus, 5 enemies, 7 to 15 damage to 5 enemies because of the invocation. Of course, the same enemy can be targeted more than once.
This is terrible.
So imagine multicasting that with Unfettered. There was too many concealments to break. Otherwise would have been better. And we also now have a control enemy 27, which is pretty nice. All we need to do is to have a weakened enemy. Unless we find a perk that removes this condition. I don't think we have one, but if we did, it would be pretty awesome to just control the enemy. Yes, we have. Exploit weakness. Vulnerable effect increased by +2, conditional weaken, like this one. Requires 1 less counter to trigger, so 0 counters, meaning that we always have loyalty and control enemy effect along with the rest stuff. And we need Ruthless for that. Let's get Ruthless now. We'll drop the conditional bleeding requirement. So that's something to look forward for. Ring of Tenacity. Ignore synergies, heal 11 hit points, Hexward 10, and at the max level we also get a physical resistance. Promise of Dawn. Activable target vampire, inevitable, vulnerable, blessed. Demon figurine. I will grab it and add it to my stash. We can play an infernal demon, which for us will last 4 turns. Normally he would last like 1 or something. Stash. Stash. Okay folks, so we are at Erannorth. We have some challenges to do here and then make our way to Barrows Bay, and from there maybe Tethia. We'll see. I hope you are enjoying this run. I will probably play this character till she dies, which seems a bit unlikely at the moment, but you never know. Or till we reach level 16, at which we will get Morrigan, and she will be nearly invisible. But maybe we'll head for the endgame at Deimos Chasm. We'll see. I will be seeing you in the next video. Have a good night. Bye bye.